The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Well, she just says they want to lock arms with one another. New generation of leadership. She is the leader right now with this man. Would you want to lock arms with them, Kamala? Because it seems like this is something that they're just going from deplorables to now showing their true contempt even stronger.
That's right. This is what the Democrat Party has become. They not only hate Donald Trump, they despise the tens of millions of great Americans who support him. In 2016, Hillary called them deplorable. Today, you have Joe Biden calling them garbage. You have Tim Walz calling them Nazis over the past couple of weeks, and Kamala Harris likening them to fascists. That is none of these assaults are true. President Trump supporters are great Americans. They are law enforcement officers, moms and dads, business owners, Border Patrol agents, veterans who served honorably in our great country. And if the Democrat Party just took 1 second to maybe try and understand why tens of millions of Americans are supporting President Trump, maybe they would have a chance at winning this election. But they hate him so much they can't even attempt to do that. So they vilify half of the country, and their closing argument in this election is that President Trump is going to bring this country backward. When Americans know that's not true, he is going to move this country forward. He's going to make America affordable, safe, and strong again, just like he did in his first term. And that's why he is leading Kamala Harris in the polls right now.
And obviously, they've been told that it's not working, that the fascists, even within the Democrat Party, they said don't do it. They continue to do it. Various reasons why you could say that. But here we are days away. Many people say it's all about the ground game. And Kamala Harris is going to be in these 3 battleground states today. Obviously, Biden took the news cycle from her and took it in a very disruptive way for their campaign. What do you think they do now to recover? And what do they do with Joe Biden? He's the sitting president. He said a lot of things like lock President Trump up last week.
That's right. It's despicable that the sitting president of the United States would disparage, again, more than half of the country in this way. These are their words, but also look at their actions. I mean, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have weaponized the justice system against President Trump. They put up far-left prosecutors across the country to bring baseless charges. They tried to imprison him. And their heinous political rhetoric has led to an increase in political violence. We've had 2 heinous assassination attempts on President Trump's life, and that even was not enough for the Democrats to tone down this rhetoric and, again, maybe focus on policy rather than their hatred for Donald Trump. Again, you had Tim Walz comparing President Trump to Hitler and likening his supporters at Madison Square Garden to Nazis. Kamala Harris did not condemn that either, because this is what they believe. And you can't be the president of the United States if you hate half of the country. President Trump's going to be a president for all Americans.
You know, you go on a lot of outlets to talk about the message from the campaign. Washington Post says the garbage reference is disputed. What's it been like for you on some of the legacy media outlets as you've been reacting to this garbage comment today? How much cover are they still running for them? We know Ian Sams and the apostrophe. A lot of folks are trying to, now say, oh, it wasn't as bad as it was. It's not exactly the words we heard. I kind of harken back to the cheap fake. But tell us about the legacy media's role in a lot of this, Karoline.
Well, they push these lies and they engage in these hoaxes, from the bloodbath hoax to the suckers and losers hoax, which they're still trotting out today, even though there's been multiple on-the-record sources, even though they take President Trump's words out of context. They literally push propaganda on behalf of the Democrat Party and now the Kamala Harris campaign, and they lie about President Trump. I mean, the media has been up in arms for days about a joke that was made by a comedian, not even President Trump himself, and President Trump denounced that joke. We said, of course, that does not reflect the views of President Trump or this campaign. Media still talked about it for 3 days straight. Now Joe Biden is on video literally calling half of the country garbage, and the media is trying to run cover for him and say that he cleaned it up. He did not. The American people know what they heard, and they know what, again, they've seen over the last 4 years. Biden and Kamala promised to be unifiers in chief. They promised to unify this country, bring back the soul of America, bring back joy. None of that has happened. We are more divided today after 4 years of this administration than we have ever been. And again, President Trump is running on a message of hope and of unity and of success. And as he says, success is going to be the greatest unifier for this great country.
Information, truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.